Chapter 9, I'm going to go through this question in the file and very quickly, mainly give you some hints. So question 1 to 3 ask you first, what's net present value? The net present value calculated by present value minus cost. So we know the cost. Here is the cost, which is the cash flow year 0. And this part is the present value. To calculate the present value, we do cash flow over 1 plus r to the power t. I think you know how to do it, right? So cash flow year 1, year 2, year 3. And then we add all the discounted value together, which is the present value of all cash flow. You can find the net present value 3,289.86. Or you can use financial calculator. Here I use the the calculator is BA2. You can use different calculator. BA2 plus so if you have different financial calculator, you can go to the tvmcalcs.com to check the tutorials. So BA2 plus calculator, you do cash flow start from cash flow year 0, which is the cost. Make sure this is negative because it tells the calculator this is the cash outflow. And then CO1 means cash flow year 1, and F1 means frequency. So FO1 always 1, and all other, which is FO all 1, because we do 1 by 1. Cash flow year 2 and cash flow year 3. Once we get this, you also plug I, interest rate. Make sure interest rate is 8.5, not 0.085, because by default, the calculators think about the percent. The unit is percent. And then you can find out the MPV, same thing, which is the use one step to find out the MPV from the calculator. It's easier. Okay. Question 2 asks you what's the discounted payback period. So the discounted payback period, the first step, you need to find the discounted cash flow for each year cash flow. That's easy, right? Year 1 over 1 plus r to the power 1, and the year 2 over 1 plus r to the power power 2. So to find out this discounted cash flow. And then you can set up another column called balance. So to find out the balance for each year, we do what? We do at the beginning, which is the cost. The cost is 135 minus 135,000 minus year 1 discounted cash flow to get the so this part is the balance for year 1. Okay, and then we continue to do year 2. Once we get the year 2, you will see the balance is already less than 0. When balance less than or equal than 0, we're gonna stop. So that's the we calculate the discount payback period. Because we stop at year 2, so the balance is still positive for year 2, but the year 3 you can calculate less or equal than 0. If this is the case, year 2 you got the positive balance, year 3 you got a negative or equal 0 balance. That means your investment will be paid off between year 2 and year 3. So the payback period is 2 plus some number less than 1, so 2 point some number. So we need to find that number. How to find it? So we're going to use the balance at the end of year 2. So this is the balance at the end of year 2 over the cash flow, which is the discounted cash flow year 3. So we find the 2.94 years. You see, you got your investment will be paid back less than 3 years, but greater than 2 years. Question 3, should the project be accepted based on the IRR? So you need to calculate IRR based on the cash flow. Since we know the BA2 plus calculator, for IRR we have to use financial calculator, otherwise we cannot get the answer. So here is the example. You got the COF0, COF1, CO1, CO2, CO3, plug all the number, and then I, interest rate 8.5, you calculate IRR 9.69%. Also, we know the required return is 8.5%. So IRR greater than the required rate of return. So we should accept. Answer is what? Answer is A. The project greater than the required rate of return, IRR. So answer is yes. Question 4 is about net present value. So again, this is about the two mutually exclusive projects. Means you select one, you cannot select the other. So we have to make a decision about A and B. We first calculate the NPV for A and B based on the cash flow. So do the same thing like question 1. You can find the NPVA is 2,326.46. And then you do the same thing for NPVB. The answer not shown here, but when you compare that, you will see the project A, because the NPV is about 335 more than project B. So when you find out NPV for project B, you're going to see the difference. So answer is A. Question 5 is about the IRR and NPV. So again, we have two projects, but here is a two independent project. Okay, so independent project means you might choose both. If that's the case, you can choose both. So first find out the NPV for A and B. Okay, and because both positive, so both positive means independently you can choose both. So answer is E. You should accept both projects because as long as the funds are available to do so, because both positive. This is for independent projects. Question 6, profitability index. So to find out profitability index, we need to do to find out the PI, we do present value over cost, right? So that's the formula. Cost, which is the cash flow year 0, we should plug the positive, although it shows negative. Negative just means cash outflow. So the cost is 21,500. The first step, you need to find the present value. Again, we know the cash flow, year 1, year 2, year 3. Just do the calculation, right? So you can use the formula or financial calculator. You will get the present value is 21,909.89. So PI 1.02. Answer is E. Is D. Sorry, D. Question 7. Payback period. Payback period, this is different from the question 2. Here is not discounted payback period, just the nominal payback period. So basically the same thing. We start from the investment. Here we have two costs: the cost of inventory and the cost of remodeling expense and the shipping costs. We need to add all together. And then cash flow, we have this 4-year cash flow, and we do deduction to find out the balance. This is the balance for year 1, year 2, and year 3. So you should find the balance after year 3 is positive, but after year 5 is negative. So we're gonna stop the year 3. And then the balance, the cash flow year 4. Okay, so the payback period less than 4 years, but greater than 3 years, 3.80 years. Also, we know the 3-year payback period. That's the target payback period. This is greater than 3 years, so we should reject. Only accept if it's less than the target payback period, right? Question 8, discounted. Okay, so this is talk about discounted payback period. Again, you do calculate the discounted cash flow for each year, and then we calculate the balance. You can do each year, or you do the formula like this. You do the starting from year 0, and this is year 1, year 2, year 3. After year 3, you got the balance is positive, but after year 4 is negative. So we're gonna stop by year 3 and between year 3 and year 4. So the payback period is 3 plus the calculation, and this is the cash flow, discounted cash flow year 4. You find out that the discounted payback period is 3.97 years. Because the target cutoff year is 3 years, so here 3 years, so you should reject because this is longer than the target cutoff year. Okay, question 9. This is the ask you calculate IRR. So for IRR, very simple. Just plug the formula. You need a financial calculator to calculate the IRR. So compare these two. You may find the IRR for A 18%, IRR for B 24%. Question 10. This is 2 mutually exclusive projects and ask you what's the crossover rates. Crossover rate basically very easy. You first calculate the cash flow difference between A and B, and then based on this cash flow, we calculate IRR. That IRR, which is the crossover rate. Okay. Question 11. Again, 2 mutually exclusive projects. Ask you what is IRR of the better project. There are 2 projects. Ask you what the. Again, we do. You can use the financial calculator to find out the IRR for. You can find IRR for S and IRR for L, project L. And because project L have a higher NPV and its IRR is 13 is higher again, so do compare both. And you just pick up one higher one. So answer is 13.09%, which means ask you which project have a higher IRR, so 13.08%. So we just quickly went through this exercise questions. If you still have questions, you can email me. Okay, good luck.